First off, it was great to be back in the arena with all our great fans back in attendance. Was really pleased with the effort and the energy that our players brought to the table. I thought they were able to sustain that the entire 40 minutes. And that has to be the foundation of what we're about as a team. The hard work, the unselfishness, plenty of areas we have to clean up and get better at. But overall, really enjoyed getting the opportunity to watch our guys play tonight.
Coach, your team put up a lot of pressure defense, forced 25 turnovers, led, I think, 35, 36 points. How much is that? How much were you impressed by that tonight? And how much is that going to be something we see going forward with that type of pressure defense, especially full court, which you did for a lot of the game?
I was pleased. I think and whenever you're building your team, you have to take advantage of the strengths of your personnel. And really consistently throughout the preseason, Trey Hannibal, Justice Hill, Tevin Brown, DeQuan, on down the line have really done a nice job applying pressure at the defensive end of the floor, playing with great effort and energy, and playing good team defense. And so want to continue to get better at that and try and create some turnovers and turn those into some easier scoring opportunities for our team.
That was the first time that we've really seen DJ play in person, double double. What have you seen from him throughout the preseason and in tonight that maybe says that that's what we can expect from him going forward into the regular season?
Well, Adam, as you know, I mean, you have to earn everything you get here. So there was a reason he was in the starting lineup tonight. He's earned that position. He plays with relentless effort every night. He chases rebounds. We're really trying to put an emphasis on getting back to living at the free throw line, and he did a good job of getting there by living on the offensive glass. And so he's consistently making his catch and face 15-foot jump shot. Got to do a better job converting at the free throw line. But I just enjoy coaching guys like that. I'm pretty simple to play for. If you play extremely hard and play with great unselfishness, and you're fun to coach. I mean, that's why we do it. So I've been very pleased with his consistency over the last few weeks.
You said a few minutes ago you like watching your guys play tonight. I think they like watching. I think they like playing also together. You can tell the enthusiasm these guys.
Well, John, I told him, I mean, I think sometimes if the last year and a half has taught us anything, you can't ever take anything for granted. I mean, there are 365 days in a year. We get to play on that court 16 times this year. That's it, 16 times. Tonight was one of them. And so if you're not fired up and excited about that opportunity, you've come to the wrong school, and you need to find somewhere else to play.
Coach, I know it's a stat that's hard to track, and maybe it doesn't even matter, but last year I just don't remember a lot of charges being taken from your defense. Tonight you had a charge right away in the second half. I believe it was Trey Hannibal in the paint. And he said something in his post-game press conference about not being soft. Is that a message that you're continuing to deliver to your locker room, to just not be soft?
Well, we want to make winning plays. I thought the rebounding numbers are deceiving. We were soft on the defensive glass. We did a poor job of boxing out, gave up way too many second shot opportunities. But to get back to the positive side, I think with Trey's charge, it was a big-time multiple effort play. And that's what we've come to expect from him. We want him to be a guy who pressures the ball, makes winning plays on the defensive end of the floor, whether that's taking charges or creating, forcing poor shots, whatever that might be. I mean, that's what it takes to win. So I thought he was able to make a big impact with his defensive presence tonight.
We saw your team without Elijah Farr or Carter Collins dressed out. From a health perspective, where do some of these other guys stand, and where you go before opening night?
Yeah, well, Carter's clearly earned a starting position with his summer and fall. Unfortunately, he rolled his ankle last week in practice, so day-to-day, expect him back here in the next couple of days and should be back full go and ready to go on opening night. Elijah was in a collision and a rebounding drill last week, and day-to-day as well. Would expect him back shortly. Later on this week.
Coach, I thought that even when y'all did make mistakes, y'all were going full out. That's something you're preaching.
John, it's the only way to play the game. I mean, I don't know any other way to do it. I mean, you're going to make mistakes. Basketball is a game of mistakes. But I think what's made this program so special over a lot of decades is if you look back at the majority of the teams, they play with a certain toughness and grit and energy on the floor. A lot of hard-working, blue-collar guys who are all about winning. And that's really the only way I know to do it and have success. So I think that has to be the foundation of how we build this year's team. Tonight was a step in the right direction there, but plenty of work to do and a lot of getting better to do before opening night next Tuesday.
Coach, 5, 10, 15 years ago, maybe just pick a timeline there. We don't see a woman as a head coach in the NAIA. I don't mean that with any disrespect. It's just the way the game was.
Ever, Ed.
Ever.
First time in the
First
history
time,
of
right.
NAIA
So
basketball.
we break that barrier. Being the opposite coach, sharing that sideline, does that mean anything? Is there a lesson or something that you take from that?
Oh, not for me. I love it. I think it's awesome. Great admiration for her, for Coach Gaylor, not only as the head coach, but the director of athletics. I can't imagine the workload there, but I think it's awesome. I mean, I think sometimes the most dangerous way of thinking is it's always been done that way. And, I think I look back, I grew up in Pat Summitt country over in East Tennessee. You don't think Pat Summitt could have coached some men's teams and won a lot of games? I guarantee you she could have. You can go down the line, and then there are other coaches who probably have had opportunities, but they choose to stay on the women's side to grow the women's game. And so I have great respect and admiration for her, and I think it's awesome for college basketball. I think what you find, Ed, good players who are about winning, when it comes to coaches, they respect coaches who work hard, who are committed to getting that player better, who have expert knowledge of the game, and care about their players off the court. And I think that's the bottom line to coaching. So I'm excited for her and hope she'll enjoy the opportunity to lead the Brescia program for years to come.
Coach, I'm curious to know what you think the biggest positive takeaway and the biggest negative takeaway of this game is. I know it's an exhibition game, so it's kind of just getting to see the guys out there finally playing against another team. But going forward, I want to know what you think the biggest takeaway from tonight on both sides was.
The positive, I love our team. It's fun to coach when they give great effort like that and play unselfishly. I think played the game the right way. I think you see the potential this year's team has. I think like every exhibition game that's played, there's room for improvement in a lot of areas. I mentioned the defensive glass, way too many casual turnovers. That has to improve. But all in all, I think the foundation has to be how hard you play, the toughness with which you play, and the unselfishness that you play with. That has to be the foundation. And then if you'll stay committed to that, it gives you an opportunity to get better as a team. And that's the goal for us, to get better each day, and can't wait to get started next week.
Coach, your practice is a sincere fight for minutes. I know that's the same every year, but there in the second half, you had a lot of guys that I just remember seeing a lot of time from last year, guys like Bostic, Civil, some of the younger guys that kind of had to step into some key roles last year. Practice is, I guess, for lack of a better word, very ruthless in the sense of just trying to find where their role is moving forward.
I just think competitive is the way. I've said it ever since I've been here. My college coach, Buzz Peterson, played for Dean Smith at North Carolina, and his coach told him, the players decide who plays. I know ultimately you have to make the final decision, but the players decide who plays. Your consistency in practice, your mindset, your effort, your impact on winning. Are you fun to coach? Or are you miserable to coach? I mean, those are some of the controllables that players have to decide, and that'll impact their role on the team. And so it's very competitive. We chart everything. As I mentioned, DJ earned his role tonight. It doesn't guarantee anybody a role for the rest of the season. we're off tomorrow, and we'll get back to work on Wednesday to get better. And it's open season. Players can come and get as many minutes as they want.
Coach, talking to the players before you came in here, they seem locked in on the mindset that you've been preaching. They were both just very ruthless about it. They said they want to be in there, getting more rebounds, getting more steals, and helping translate that to the floor, just having that mentality. Does that boost your confidence at all, boost your expectations of this team, just knowing that they're locked in on that mindset?
I don't think so. I mean, my expectations are high. The standard is the standard for this program, and I expect us to come to work every day to get better, to improve as a team, to get better individually, and continue to build our team. I mean, this is just an exhibition game. We got a long way to go. But no, it's a good start, and we'll get back to practice on Wednesday and improve our team and start getting ready for opening night on Tuesday. But it's been fun, getting to do the team building, summer workouts, normal practices, fans in the arena. It's a great blessing. I'm excited about the season, and we'll be fired up and ready to go on Tuesday next week.